What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Now hold on. Alright, that looks better. So welcome to today's video, and today is another menu planning Monday, and this week is a little crazy. It's officially Tech Week for Summer Theater. I cannot believe that we have been working on this show since Monday, May 18th. We have worked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last week made 8. This week is 9 weeks, and we've put together a full show, choreography, and put it together with 40 children with the ages going into 3rd grade to going into 8th grade. Prayers are appreciated. Positive vibes are appreciated. Prayers that the heat goes down is appreciated, because if you've never been on stage, not only do you have your costume, which is typically heavier than regular clothes, you have makeup on, then you have a spotlight on you coming from the spots and from the theater lights, because we do this as a full-on production. This is put on exactly the way that we would for the high schoolers. They get a little taste of theater at the younger levels, and we get them trained so that they know what they're doing when they get into high school. If you haven't, we're doing Peter Pan, A Musical Adventure, and so I'm really excited for that, but that means that this week is going to be a lot of kind of crazy. So let's get started, and we're gonna chat menu planning. So first of all, we're gonna go over how last week went. This last week went pretty well. We did do leftovers the 5th and the 6th. Just we were finishing up in the kitchen. If you have not seen that kitchen update part 1, it was uploaded on Friday, and I will link it in the description of this video. On Tuesday the 7th, I had originally put that we were going to do hot links and potato salad, but to be quite honest, Sam and I were tired of things that came off of a grill as far as hamburgers and hot dogs were concerned. So I had a pound of ground beef out, and I whipped up a quick pasta bake. And my pasta bake is a super stupidly simple recipe. It literally came about while we were on active duty, and I was throwing stuff together to make it to payday. It's literally a container of pasta, whatever type of pasta you want to use. It takes about 3/4 of a box. If you are the person that combines all kinds of pasta in one bag, and you have this random bag of pasta, which is what I used many years ago to make this originally, this is a great opportunity to use that up. Boil it for about 7 to 8 minutes. You do not want it done. Cook your ground beef like normal, add your salt, pepper, garlic powder, minced garlic, whatever you want to use. Drain out the grease. Pour in a jar of your favorite spaghetti sauce. I literally just pull the next one off the shelf. Combine all that. Spray your baking dish with Pam cooking spray. Dump the pasta into the meat mix. Mix everything up together. Dump it into the casserole dish. Then generously, with your heart, sprinkle cheese on top. Pop it in the oven at 350 until your cheese is bubbly and melty. And that is my pasta bake. Sam absolutely adores when I make it. On Wednesday the 8th was payday, and it was planned for a dinner out, and we had appetizers and drinks at Applebee's. The 9th was planned to be a grilled cheese sandwich, but Sam really wanted me to make the smothered burritos from Dollar Tree dinner again, and so I made those. I actually made 10 burritos because when I made it the first time last month, my square Corel baking dish only held 6 of the 8 burritos. But Mom and I went garage sailing a couple weeks ago, and so I got this little dual sectioned casserole dish, and it holds 2 burritos on each side perfectly. So I made essentially double batched it. I used for all 10 burritos, I used 2 cans of the green chili enchilada mix or sauce. I don't like red enchilada sauce. And then I I had random packets or bags of shredded cheese in my my cheese drawer. Does anyone else have a cheese drawer? Put a cheese emoji in the comments if you have a cheese drawer. And you just you start out, and I will link the TikTok in the description, but you take and you just drizzle some olive oil in the bottom of the skillet. You put the baking dishes. You put the burritos crease side down in your baking dishes, and you pop them in for like 15 minutes. Then you pull them out, you cover them with the enchilada sauce and cheese, and you pop them back in for about 15 to 20 minutes. They are magnificent. You can serve them with like lettuce, tomatoes, sour cream, and whatnot. We don't. We eat them straight as they come out of the casserole dish, and they are phenomenal. And then it made enough that we had that for dinner Thursday, and we both had it as leftovers for lunch on Friday. Friday the 10th, we did our chicken nuggets and tots. We watched Muppets Christmas Carol, which was fun. Saturday, I had planned that was going to be on our own, leftovers, whatever. We ended up doing kind of a charcuterie board. We had cheese, summer sausage, crackers, chips, salsa, pickles, all kind of on the card table, and we just kind of ate what we wanted. Today when I'm filming this, which is the 12th, it's been kind of an on your own clean out type of thing. And we just kind of we've been kind of just like grazing all day. But what's nice is things got used up out of the refrigerator, things got used up out of the freezer. There's more space in my refrigerator, and there's more space in my freezer, which we all appreciate. Okay, so that was last week. This week, like I mentioned, is Tech Week. So it is going to be very simple, very, very, very chill, very low maintenance. That is also how my week is going to be. I think the only thing on my agenda this week is Tuesday. Mom wants to go to Sam's. I can do that. Okay, so anyway, here we go. Tomorrow or today, when you are seeing this video, Monday the 13th, I have planned we are going to do a frozen pizza with frozen breadsticks. Whoever gets home first, whether it's me or Sam, but it's probably going to be Sam, because it being Tech Week, I don't estimate to get out of play practice until like 5:15, 5:20, maybe even 5:30. So whoever's home first, again, it'll probably be Sam. We'll preheat the oven, and we have just a DiGiorno's pizza and some Texas Toast brand breadsticks. Tuesday the 14th, we do not currently have play practice scheduled, but I am erring on the side of we are going to have practice every day this week. And I'm just going to do quesadillas with Spanish rice. On Wednesday, is an official play practice night. It's the last practice before dress rehearsal. So again, it's probably going to be a late night, but it's church night for my mom, so I think Sam's planning to pick me up from play practice. So anyway, sorry, totally spaced out for a second. But Wednesday is going to be an appetizer night. We have egg rolls, we have pot stickers, we have we have wings, we have cheese sticks, we have chicken nuggets, we have you name it, and it's probably in my freezer. So it's going to be a what sounds appealing to you tonight, bake it and enjoy. I also have a note that I need to set out ground beef on this day because that will be for Sunday. On the 16th, hold on. The 16th is dress rehearsal. I don't know if we're ready. I always feel this way leading up to Tech Week, and then it all seems to like work itself out. But I'm really nervous at this point, y'all. And so on the 16th, makeup call will be at 3, and we're probably estimating going until 6 this night is what the director Megan is thinking. So I'm going to put a pork tenderloin in the crock pot, and I'm just going to do a pulled pork, and that way we can eat when Sam comes to after Sam comes to pick me up and we come home. It won't take very long to pull the tenderloin and throw some barbecue sauce together and let it all kind of come together, and we'll have that there. Friday the 17th is opening night. As you can tell, I'm very nervous. We're not ready. Makeup call, and I'm estimating this. Here's my thought process. Production starts at 7, doors open at 6. Makeup call, I'm going to guess, is 4 or 5. We're going to do leftovers this night. I'm going to make me a couple of pulled pork sandwiches to take with me and eat in between doing makeup. Sam is going to come home, or I'm going to take his with me, but they may be studying for a little bit, and I don't really want to do that. But I think he's good. I might prep the sandwiches for him, and he can grab and go. I don't know. Have to figure that out. But we're having leftover pulled pork sandwiches on Friday for opening night because we are not going to get home until late. Saturday the 18th, it's a 2 o'clock in the afternoon show. After the show is done, we will be striking set, which hopefully won't take very long because the set is really minuscule. Again, it's Peter Pan, so it's a lot of the stuff we're just reusing from other high school productions. We're using other monoliths that have been already put together and built and whatnot. So, and I think like the beds that we're using for, and we kind of adapted the play a little bit because you have to when you have 40 kids. It's John, Michael, and Matthew and Wendy Darling, and we gave Michael a twin. Tinkerbell is a person and not just a light. But makeup call for the Saturday show, I am estimating is going to be at noon, so it's going to be an early, like, baking some appetizers to set and eat again while I'm doing makeup. And if you're wondering what my part is in this production, I am the backstage manager / I pull the curtain ropes. So, I have gloves that I wear because those are cloth ropes and they will cause friction burns with how fast and hard you have to pull them. So that is my job in all of this, as well as, being at 99% of the practices. So, and then after we have the production, strike the set, there is a cast party at our director's business. They own a barbecue restaurant. And they always do like kind of a build your own mac and cheese bowl type thing for the kids afterwards. Sam, bless his heart, he'll use my new phone because it has a lot more space than his. He will record the show. I'll have my tablet backstage connected to the messaging. Like he'll be able to message me through Messenger if he has a question or whatnot. and I'll be able to watch for like messages from the pianist that way. But after that we'll get to come home and stare at the wall and contemplate life choices, but be really sad that it's over. But then on Sunday the 19th, we are going to do build your own nachos. We had originally planned to do like a meatloaf and baked potatoes on this day. We had kind of already meal planned for that, but it is supposed to be over 100 degrees predicted temperature on that day, and I am just not heating up the house in that type of weather. So we're going to take and we had bought 2 pounds of 80/20 for the meatloaf, because the 93.7 just doesn't have enough grease to make it stick together and work correctly. So we bought the 80/20 for that. I'm gonna do up the full 2 pounds of taco meat, and then we'll just have extra taco meat in the fridge for like lunches and whatnot. So that is what it looks like in my life this week. Again, pretty simple. The only real cooking night that I'm really doing something more than just throwing something in the oven is on Thursday the 16th. And that is simply so that I have good meal options for Friday and Saturday. So that is it for today's video. Again, if you eat cheese like we do, leave me a cheese emoji. Tech week. I am nervous. And it's been a lot of stop talking backstage. And they're thinking, how many times can you tell one group of children to stop talking backstage? But the crazy part about this, 1, 2, 3. I have 3 weeks before my first back to school training, which is August 10th. That's week 4. I have 4 weeks until I go back to work. The last couple of years, summer theater's kind of butted up against going back to school. But one of the more experienced students has a summer camp, sports camp with the banana ball teams, and we really still wanted him to be able to participate, so we kind of shoved everything up against the end of school. So literally our last day of school was May 15th. 16th on Saturday was auditions. Monday the 18th was first practice. So literally butted up right against the end of school instead of butting right up against the beginning of school. The end of school to the beginning of school. So, anyway, I'm going to quit rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week if I survive.